1.2 says solve simultaneously for x and y. Now we have these two equations here, and we're going to work first with the simpler one. Here we want to make the one variable subject to the formula, and we oftentimes choose the variable that has a coefficient of 1. If there's none, then we pick the one with the smallest coefficient. So here that would be y. Moving y to the other side and 2 to the other, we get y is equals to 3x minus 2. This we'll call equation 1, and this we'll call equation 2. Then what we want to do is we want to substitute this into y. So if we do that, we're going to form a new equation, which will be 2 multiplied by 3x minus 2. Here I substituted the value for y with its value in the other equation. Then I'll say plus x squared is equals to minus 1. Multiplying our 2 inside, we get 6x minus 4 plus 9x squared plus 1 is equal to 0. Then rewriting this, we get 9x squared plus 6x minus 3 is equals to 0. Once we're here, there are two ways in which we can go. Either the quadratic formula, which is x is equals to minus b plus minus b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, or you could continue factorizing and simplifying. So if we were to simplify this, we would divide through by 3, leaving us with 3x squared plus 2x minus 1 is equals to 0. Then if you were to use your quadratic formula, you would simply get, you could use it with these values or you could use it with these values. It doesn't really matter, but let's say for efficiency purposes, we use these values. So that's our A, B, and that's our C. So if we're to make our substitutions, we would have minus b is positive 6, so minus 6 plus minus b squared, that's 6 squared minus 4. A is 9 and C is minus 3. And this is all over 2 multiplied by A, which is 9. And then from this, we get that x can be a third, or x can be negative 1. And we can get these same values by splitting this into two brackets. In one bracket we would have 3x, and in the other x, since this would give us 3x squared. Then we have to think about how we would create this minus 1 over here. So we can create this minus 1 only one way, by having a minus 1 and a plus 1. But now what matters is where do we put the minus 1 and where do we put the plus 1. So here we see that the 2x is positive, which means this 3x needs to multiply something that is positive, meaning it will be 3x minus x. So you are sure that this factorization works because 3x multiplied by x gives us 3x squared, minus 1 times 1 gives us minus 1, and then 3x times 1 gives us 3x, minus 1 times x gives us minus x, this gives us 2x, and we see 2x over here. So this factorization is correct, and then we get our answers by saying x is equals to, well, 3x minus 1 is equals to 0, and x plus 1 is equals to 0. Then taking 1 to the other side and dividing by 3, we get x is either 1 over 3 or x is minus 1. And this only gives us our values for x. In order to get y values, we substitute back into the formula. So y is equals to 3x minus 2. X being 1 over 3 in this example. And we also have another one where x is minus 1. So from these, we get that x is minus 1 or x is minus 5. And then those are the pairs of answers that we will have. like that.